The villain arc is complete for Kepa Arrizabalaga, ladies and gentlemen, as Chelsea fall to defeat on penalties in the 2022 Carabao Cup final, defeated by Liverpool after an 11-10 penalty shootout defeat after a 0-0 draw. I know it's only the Carabao Cup, but you want to try and win every single competition that you're in. I feel like Chelsea will feel hard done by. I feel like we'll feel that we were probably the better side, maybe overall, in that game there yesterday. Well, it's today as I'm recording it, but it's not coming out until Monday morning, but you know what I mean. I'm so annoyed! I have got some match notes to run through before we get into talking about our brilliant goalkeeper. First of all, I mean, some big team news for Chelsea is that Kai Havertz once again was chosen over Romelu Lukaku to start in the Chelsea front line, to lead the line if you like. And I feel like Havertz did a fantastic job, and he once again justified Thomas Tuchel's decision. Obviously left Lukaku out against Lille. Havertz gets the goal. And, you know, again, I do think Havertz played really well. I think he caused Liverpool a lot of problems with his movement. He showed some really nice touches, linked the play beautifully at times as well. Chelsea started off the game the brighter of the sides, absolutely. Christian Pulisic missing a chance during the early Chelsea domination, a chance that he really should put away, which is a common theme of this final for Chelsea, unfortunately. Liverpool then grew into the first half, started to get a foothold in the game. Edouard Mendy produces an unbelievable save, firstly to deny Naby Keita with a strike from outside the box, and the follow-up to deny Sadio Mane. I'm not quite sure how he manages it, Edouard Mendy. Like a near supernatural kind of save from the Chelsea goalkeeper. Like, unbelievable stuff. I still don't know how he did it. Unbelievable reactions. There was enough time left in the first half then for Chelsea to miss one more really good opportunity. And again, beautiful move. Pulisic out to Kai Havertz. Lovely ball across. Mason Mount arriving late in the box. Should score. Absolutely should score. There was question marks. Was there an offside in the build-up? Absolutely not. Mason Mount is a good 2 or 3 yards onside. Puts it wide of the post. I think if he keeps it on target, Kelleher has no chance. Similar to the Pulisic chance, he hit it just straight at Kelleher. And again, Chelsea started the second half exactly how they started the first. On the front foot, the brighter of the two sides. Pulisic again misses a good chance. Havertz involved. Then Mason Mount misses the chance of the game. I love Mason Mount. He quite possibly might be my favourite Chelsea player at the minute. But when you miss these kind of chances in cup finals, you will be punished. And Chelsea were punished in the end because they lost the game. A one-on-one chance. He hits the post. I honestly just think he had way more time than he thought he had. Gets the ball kind of stuck up between his feet for some reason and misses a glorious opportunity to put Chelsea in front near enough the start of the second half. There was a clear-cut chance for Liverpool then. Mo Salah getting in one-on-one with Mendy and chipping it over him, but Thiago Silva clears it. I'm not even sure if this chance from Salah was going in or not, and this kind of, you know, highlighted Liverpool once again, similar to the first half, really starting to grow into the game in the second half. They scored a goal through Joel Matip, which was controversially ruled out by VAR. The first of, was it 4 goals disallowed in the end of the whole Carabao Cup final? Unbelievable. This one is harsh, but there was one a couple of weeks ago, similar. Basically what happens is Trent Alexander-Arnold crosses the ball in from the free kick. Mane peels around the back, heads it back across, and Joel Matip turns it in. The problem was that Virgil van Dijk stopped Reece James from running, and he was in an offside position, hence affecting the play. It's a dodgy one, but as I did say, there was an incident a couple of weeks ago in the Burnley-Manchester United game where a Raphael Varane goal was ruled out thanks to Harry Maguire being in an offside position and blocking the runners from marking Raphael Varane. So, you know, if we're talking about consistency here, yes, that Liverpool goal was rightly ruled offside, and yes, according to the rules of the book, Van Dijk, despite not touching the ball, was interfering with the play by holding off Reece James's run and stopping him from marking the peeling away Sadio Mane. Kai Havertz then had a header ruled out. Kelleher looked like he was going to keep it out, but he didn't. But surprise, surprise, Timo Werner was offside when he crossed it. Liverpool really pressed towards the end of the 90 minutes. It was a massive goal line scramble in and around the 85th minute, and then Edouard Mendy makes an outrageous stop again to deny a Virgil van Dijk header, and that would have been really ball breaking for Chelsea at that point in the game to lose it. On to the next really massive talking point of the game, and it's a Romelu Lukaku goal for Chelsea that's ruled out in extra time for an offside. I'm going to stick the offside incident up behind me on the green screen now, lads. I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. He's onside, isn't he? I mean, I did think it was tight at the time. Lukaku did the absolute right thing, going in one-on-one and finishing it past Kelleher. And I think a lot of Liverpool fans would probably agree with me that they dodged a bullet there and got away with one with that Lukaku goal being ruled out for offside. And it was a big moment in the game, massive moment, arguably the worst decision of the whole game. There was just about enough time for another Chelsea goal to be ruled out by our good friend VAR. VAR is a good friend that we will be talking about in the Premier League verdict episode coming out later on today. But again, it's a goal by Kai Havertz that is ruled out for offside. Once again, this one is the correct decision. Havertz is quite clearly offside. And then we go to penalties. And, you know, the biggest decision to make from the game for Thomas Tuchel. We've seen him do it before, and we've seen it be successful before, taking off Edouard Mendy just before the penalty shootout. Edouard Mendy, by the way, after playing one of the best games he has had, he takes off Mendy and brings on Kepa. And Kepa, in fairness, whenever he's come on, has done really well for us in penalty shootouts. The one that sticks out to me is the UEFA Super Cup win over Villarreal at the start of the season, where he brings him on in extra time. It's one of those decisions that if you make it and it goes badly, it looks horrible. And it went the worst way possible for Kepa Arrizabalaga and for Thomas Tuchel. Do I blame Thomas Tuchel for bringing on Kepa? No. I mean, when you look at the difference in penalty record, there's only one winner when it comes to Chelsea goalkeepers in a penalty shootout, and that is Kepa Arrizabalaga. And Kepa's come in over the last couple of weeks, obviously, when Mendy was away at AFCON, and played really well. Obviously, he played a big part in Chelsea even getting to the Carabao Cup final, and obviously in the Club World Cup run as well. I said the Club World Cup run, he played the semi-final. So was Kepa, you know, did he have a right to feel a bit miffed that he wasn't picked for the final? I actually think, yeah, I think he has a point. Obviously, Kevin Kelleher helped Liverpool get all the way to the final, and he was picked over Alisson in goal for Liverpool today. So yeah, I do agree, Kepa probably has, you know, room to give out about Thomas Tuchel in this situation. When you're brought on to do a job, right, his job was to come on and save a couple of penalties. I actually had full faith, for the first time ever in Kepa Arrizabalaga, that he was going to come on and save at least one penalty. And he couldn't even do that. And the worst one, I have two that stick out in mind. The Van Dijk penalty, he's actually standing, right? He's standing on the left-hand side of the goal saying, come on, Van Dijk, put it here, do that. He's leaving the whole other side of the goal open, and yet Van Dijk sticks at Kepa's side and puts a top bins anyway. I mean, it was the biggest fuck you to Kepa in that situation. And then Konaté's penalty. What are you doing, man? He got a really solid hand on that Konaté penalty. Still couldn't keep it out. And then as if that wasn't enough, like, the villain arc is well and truly complete for Kepa Arrizabalaga. I'm trying not to shit on him too much. However, that penalty is up there. It's up there with the worst. It's up there in the fucking sky. It hasn't come down since. It's up there with the worst penalties I've ever seen in my life. I don't quite think it pips Wilfried Zaha's one that he took against Norwich a couple of weeks ago. That one was all different kinds of awful. But this Kepa one, it's like he's taking a fucking kick out. You seen Kevin Kelleher took the penalty before him and schooled him on how to take a penalty. Stuck it in the top corner. Kelleher's penalty was actually better than half the outfield players like Werner and Konaté, for example. Maurizio Sarri is sitting somewhere now in Italy with his feet up, little glass of wine in his hand, and he is just laughing his big old head off. The fact that it's come from the Carabao Cup final in 2019, where Kepa refused to come off against Manchester City, to all the way, we come all the way forward to Wembley 2022, the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool, and Kepa ends it with the biggest L. I know a lot of people will probably give out about Thomas Tuchel after this final, the decision to bring on Kepa in the first place. And you know, the criticism you can say is valid, because it's one of those, I said it at the time, if it works and Kepa saves the winning penalty or scores the winning penalty, as Kevin Kelleher showed him how to do, Tuchel looks like a genius and Kepa looks like an unbelievable goalkeeper. But if it goes the other way, it blows up massively in your face and it looks horrible, and it looked horrific. It's just heartbreaking. Again, I know it's the Carabao Cup final, but it was a chance for Chelsea's third trophy of the season. Obviously, adding to the Super Cup and the Club World Cup would have been absolutely ideal. And obviously, it's not all Kepa's fault. We have to look at the chances that I mentioned for Pulisic and for Mount. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of talk over that VAR incident involving Lukaku as well. I think Lukaku was very unlucky to have that goal taken from him. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, lads. I'm absolutely gutted. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Premier League verdict coming out later on this evening at 6 o'clock. And yeah, we'll leave it there. All the best.